Orders. 3. Welcome, guys, to Star Wars Happy Hour number 21. Welcome. My mind's all messed up. Thank you for being here. It is somebody's birthday.
It's me.
Megan.
It's hard.
Megan's birthday.
I will not be singing happy birthday to you out of respect.
No, hold on.
Thank you.
Same.
No, that's totally fine.
Will we
Happy
get a
birthday is
copyright?
copyrighted, so no one should sing to me at all.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it is copyrighted.
And I won't be doing the Beatles version.
I'll do the what's the thing with music on a stream? Like, you can only use like 10 seconds of a song before they get you. Something like that.
That's like the perfect amount of time before singing becomes a little bit like cringy for the other people.
So basically, it's happy birthday, and that's it.
Yeah, it's really just like saying a phrase to a tune.
Yeah.
which I
It's
respect.
and then your awkward face when somebody's telling you happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm like,
You know.
ooh.
Is that
You're just
version
like
that
they're
they
like-
do it like Applebee's or Chili's, where they all come out and they go happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
Yeah.
That must not be copyrighted because I feel like I've heard that in so many things in so many places. I can't
It's so
think of
obnoxious.
I can't think of a movie where I've heard like the traditional happy birthday played.
Ooh, that's a good trivia.
It is a good
question.
question. I can't think of one either off the top of my head.
I feel like if they do the actual song, they never finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
they let
always
it play
like
out or like something runs onto the
Yeah, like a
table. and-
cutscene or yeah, right.
yeah.
Right.
This is
Somebody's
this
dead.
is this is your happy birthday music.
Oh
If it
no.
loads. Hold on, there's an ad. I hate that when I want to show somebody a video and then it's like a 30-second ad and I'm just like, at this point, I don't even want to show you anymore.
Yeah,
Just
I've been
kind of
putting
over
on
it.
a lot of like white noise at night, like ocean sounds or like the rain
Yeah.
and all that. And it will always play an ad just before it because I just do it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so it'll be like, have you heard about like the latest car accident insurance? And I'm like, this is not calming. Like,
I
why
always
would
get the
why would you
political
put this
ones,
before
but they
this?
aren't ones that I agree with, and so I'm like, what am I watching on YouTube that makes them think I want to watch this ad?
Yeah. You're like, how have I skewed my algorithm so
How
wrong?
did I screw up my algorithm so bad? They think I would be interested in this.
Okay, so here it is. This is your happy birthday for 10 seconds.
Okay.
It's the Phantom Menace, no?
Yeah.
Celebration music?
Is-
It's
Okay.
just taking a while. I forgot how long the lead in is.
Yeah, it's like Augie's municipal band
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Is
I actually
that
like that.
is that
Yeah, there you go.
after the pod race?
There we
Yeah, okay.
go.
There you go. If we got copyright,
Thank you.
sorry, I just had to do that. Anyway,
They're gonna pull
Um,
down this awesome content because of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they're gonna steal the 10 cents we make.
I'll be like,
No.
listen, take it. So how's your day going? How's everybody's day going? What have you all been up to?
Mine has
Mine-
just started.
Yeah,
That's
true. I
fair.
think
Good
Megan
good morning.
just- Now, is this your Saturday or is this your Sunday?
This is Sunday at 9 a.m. for me.
Okay,
Sunday at 9 a.m.
that's right. You
Yeah.
live in the
Dang, you're
future, not the
14
past.
hours ahead.
Yeah, something like that.
That is
Depending on where you are in the States, something like that.
that's well from Florida. Then it's 14.
Yeah,
If you're in California, you're almost a whole dang day.
Yeah, because my
ahead.
family lives in California,
Okay.
and Idaho, like split, but that's the same time zone. So I always think of it
Yeah.
as I'm they're 17 hours ahead, a day behind.
Mhm.
So it's like, it's evening
Yeah.
there ish
Right.
now. But yesterday, yeah, that's just how I remember it.
I hate
You never need
time
to remember
zones.
that.
Time zones for me, they just like I know it and I get it, but at the same time, it's like, why can't we all just just go in the same time?
Yeah, there's only one sun up there.
There's only-
Why
exactly.
can't it cooperate?
Exactly. Oh God! Now that you said that, they had this video on a cruise one time where they were going through like different things guests have said during their cruise, like asking questions, and some lady asked, "Is that the same moon that I see from home?" And I'm just like,
That's no moon.
Oh
Good
god,
segue.
that was good.
This
Way to
is a
bring it to
Star
Star Wars.
Oh,
But I was just like,
yeah.
yeah, same one, same moon, same sun.
thing, just hanging up out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
just
but if
hanging
he's
out
asking
there.
that question, if you'd done the space station thing, she might have believed you.
That's fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like we're just all in a simulation. It's fine.
Yeah, like it's actually a different moon every night.
Yeah, it's a different one. They
Fuck
switch them
that.
out. The light gets dim. It's actually a big light bulb up there.
Yeah.
Gotta change it out every now and then.
Sometimes it's a blue moon. Sometimes it's a paper moon. Sometimes it's a full moon. Sometimes it's
Yeah, I've heard of a
That's just made of
strawberry
cheese.
moon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Strawberry moon.
What's the
That's
as a blood
interesting.
moon? I think in some horror movie, I think is a blood moon. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think
we'll
the
go to the
full moon
astronomy
of each.
podcast.
Yeah, well, I think the full moon of each month is called like a different thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Could be wrong. I am not big into astronomy or astrology, so I could be
I-
very wrong.
Had to take an astronomy class in college, and let me tell you, I thought it was going to be super interesting. It was not, and I needed.
Wow, I'm on the edge
a
of my
C.
seat.
I needed to get a C in the class to pass, and a C was a 73. I ended the class with a 73.7. So I was like,
It's pretty good.
listen,
It's just
I've
don't go
always
in.
had this mindset. If the classes I'm taking in college have nothing to do with my major, I'm going to coast and I'm going to shoot for a C. That's been my philosophy my entire life. So
Yeah.
that's just how I feel about it.
it is very frustrating to really study and work hard in a class and still only get like a C. I do find that I get frustrated by that. But
Yeah.
I didn't try hard though. I just
actually, my first semester at college, I thought I could coast through in college like I did in high school. Because like I could just like pay attention in class, and then like I could get like a B on the test and get like a B in class.
Yeah.
And then I tried to do that in college, and it is not the same. And
No, it's punishing.
My
As someone
the
who has
first
just gone back
semester,
to
I
school,
started
it's punishing.
getting grades back. I was like, oh my god, do I have to exert some effort? Oh my god.
Like, that's not part of the plan.
Animal House said nothing about this.
And that's the litmus test for.
I do have a question that is like, it is Star Wars related, but it's
Okay.
somewhat related to astronomy as well.
Okay.
There's so many planets and moons and suns and all that jazz in Star Wars. Do you think people ever just give up knowing where they are? Like
I think that's
when
what
Justin,
the computers are for. They're just like, it's in the computer, so I don't have to remember where it is. It's in the
yeah.
You always know. Like
yeah,
she's in the what was it on the episode yesterday? Litmus system.
Oh, the
or
Lido
something.
system.
Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, that's like
Yeah,
where
I'd be
at
like,
in that
listen.
system?
yeah.
Like,
Like,
how do
is
you
that-
know?
is that like the only subject that gets drilled into kids in like Star Wars world? When Justin and I were watching, not the most recent Bad Batch episode, but the one just before it,
Mhm.
when spoiler alert, Omega gets taken.
Mhm. Yeah.
I turned to him and I was like, I mean, if I was in Star Wars, I'd be like, well, I guess that's done. Like, they don't know who Cad Bane is.
Right.
He's just some dude with a hat and like blue
Yeah.
skin. That's so vague.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many people match that description?
Yeah,
in
and the
Star
one guy who
Wars.
saw him got shot. So like, not even like a good eyewitness or anything.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know. It was really stressful. I think he was this tall and yeah, like I haven't seen the latest episode, so I don't know how they go about finding her yet, other than that she's in the litmus system. But
Lido, I said the wrong one.
she's on the Lido deck of the cruise ship.
That's what I thought when I heard it. I was like, dang, they're on a cruise. I wouldn't want to leave.
But I would just be like, okay, goodbye. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you got kidnapped. Because what do you do? The universe is like, or the galaxy is just so vast.
They do always seem to know each other though, and run into people just randomly. Like, oh, he's my buddy from the academy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, that guy. Like, no, I know who he is. Yeah, no
I
worries. It's
feel
like, how?
I feel like if I lived in that world, the only way I would know where I was, and even then I still wouldn't be sure, I would probably have to land in each individual planet I saw and be like, okay, I don't know, and then just leave and just like planet hop until I find the place I need to be at. Because I guarantee you, I could land in Jeddah and think that's Tatooine and be like, damn it, not the right desert planet. Then I leave and then I go to Pisana. Damn it, not the right one either.
Yeah,
You know?
you'd be like one of those really isolated people who doesn't know that like World War II has ended.
Yeah.
You would be in the
You
middle
could be
of
like
a Jeddah desert.
Travel. You'd be like a space travel denier because like you go on Tatooine, you go to Jakku, then you go to Pisana, then you go to Jeddah, and you're like, this is all the same planet. You guys, there's no such thing as space travel.
Yeah. You're just telling me to go to a different area of the same planet. This is the same thing.
It's the same
You're
planet.
basically like a flat earther.
Star Wars.
Oh god.
That's
funny.
Also, when I was watching that episode of The Bad Batch, I had the thought of like, as cool as Star Wars is, as much like awesome shit as there is, hello. That's my cat. I don't know if I would want to live in that universe because like they go to Braca and it's just like, you know what, they go to every planet and there's like some giant beast that wants to kill them. It will actively hunt them as well. Like not even just passively like, oh no, I came into its lair and it bit me. It's like it's waiting for you.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't want to live like that. The lightsaber isn't worth it to me. Like constant death, not worth it.
I feel like the only place that seems like you would be okay if you just minded your own business would probably be Coruscant because it's urban,
it's like super industrialized.
It's industrial. It's a city. You know, you stay away from the lower levels, you'll probably be fine. You don't get mixed up with anybody that you shouldn't. You should be fine. Now you go to freaking Braca, like you said, and there's a giant monster under the wreckage, and it's just trying to kill you.
And it's just like waiting. This is the tentacles. It's just like waiting for you.
Yeah.
I thought they said that was a Dianoga. Was I wrong
it
about
is.
that?
No, it is.
Okay, so that one. A New Hope doesn't have all the tentacles, so I was just wondering.
Maybe the one in New Hope is it's a very young one.
It's a
it did have tentacles because it grabbed Luke, but it didn't. Yeah. It didn't look like that.
No.
Yeah. It didn't look like a nightmare. You're right.
I have a theory now for that Dianoga in episode 4. What if the mass of it was in a lower level than the trash compactor, and all that went up was the eye and a few tentacles? Like it goes through the vents and then just like retracts when it's done. That's a scary thought.
That is a scary thought.
Because you could just be walking around one day and it just gets you. And
isn't there a thing where like right before the walls start to close in, is it lets go of Luke? I thought that in my head I always thought it was it leaving the trash compactor area so that it wouldn't get crushed.
Yeah.
So was there a guy on the Death Star in charge of letting the Dianoga in and out of the trash compactor?
There's a story about it, and from a certain point of view, but I don't.
I'm trying to remember how it ends.
Yeah, it was not what I expected because it's almost like force sensitive in a way. Like it can sense.
Interesting.
And that's why it went, according to that story, why it went after Luke, because it could like sense it. Well,
there's only one room for force sensitive beings on here. It's me.
Yeah, she's like, I can't get to Darth Vader, but I can get to you. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same monster. The way that Star Wars tends to go.
That's true. It's like they're like, wait, this can be useful. Let's take it.
Yeah.
You know, after that episode of Bad Batch, there was a lot of talk online, like people denying that it was the same or there might be something even official from Star Wars that was not the same Rancor that Luke killed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because everybody liked the Rancor?
Yeah, that it was the same Rancor.
If it was the same one, I would have felt so sad. Like, damn.
Yeah, it's like, wow, it lived its whole life in captivity. It got
Just
sold
get
to the
crushed by a
Hutts.
door.
Yeah. My favorite Star Wars tweet, I'm gonna butcher it and I don't remember who it's from, so sorry to like not give credit, is someone saying like, oh, Star Wars fans will see a new movie and be like, oh my god, it's like shit Bebo, he's back. Because it'll just be like a random character. I'm gonna find it because that wasn't very funny of me. But that's how I feel, especially watching like the extended universe stuff of like the Bad Batch or Rebels or things where it's like, oh, it's that guy who's in like a background scene, and I'll go on Twitter and it will be like, it's the dude from this. And then we can like parse out that this is what he was doing during that time. I was like, I never cared.
Yeah. Right.
I'm so sorry.
Oh god.
That was why I always loved like the concept I think Filoni and Favreau said about Mandalorian was that they, you know, it's like somebody took all the good action figures and just left them IG-88, Boba Fett, Yoda, and that's it. Like, okay, so now I'm gonna make a show with these guys.
Here's a question for Emily. If you know now what you know about Yoda, and that was the only action figure you had as a kid, would you still be a Star Wars fan?
I didn't have any Star Wars action figures when I was a kid.
Okay, then it really doesn't matter.
This just took a dark turn.
I know. I was like, damn.
I don't think I had any.
I'm gonna somebody please tell me if you've seen the Qui-Gon that I have. Tell me if you have it as well, because I feel like I'm the only person on the planet that has it now. Because
I'm sure you could probably find it on eBay if you went looking for it. You know, 12-inch Qui-Gon, but be careful when you do that search.
Jason, it's not even 8 o'clock yet, man. You gotta wait longer for that part of the show.
You heard it was dirty is on you.
I mean, listen. When you think about Qui-Gon,
your cat is a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, she's falling off my lap.
He's not gonna just go. And my headphones.
Yeah, he's coming in to defend Shit Bebo as a character. Also, if you look up like Star Wars Shit Bebo Twitter, I know that's not the name, but I feel like it's close enough that it will like trigger something. It does not. It just takes you to a bunch of articles about people on Twitter being mad about Star Wars.
Oh.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Okay. I was going to look it up real quick, but I was like, okay.
Yeah, no.
I can go anywhere and find people upset about Star Wars. I don't need to go on a special website.
The only thing that we search on a daily basis here on out is Worm on a String.
Is Worm on a String.
It's the only thing.
Yeah, have you heard the good word about Worm on a String?
I have no idea what's going on.
Oh my god! Oh, that's right, Emily.
It's like
to be introduced to this.
I feel like this is one of those peak like millennial trying to explain a Gen Z thing that I don't fully understand. But it's like, you know, those little Worm on a String toys that are like just the. Okay, yeah. Sorry, hold on. I'm sorry to put you through this.
Oh no.
If you go on Redbubble and look up Worm on a String,
I'm dropping the link right now.
All these like unhinged masks and like designs and stuff.
Here it is. Everybody in the chat, whoever's here, you're gonna be getting this link shortly.
This is what Worm on a String is. So it's just like it's like a little fuzzy tube basically that's on a string, and you can kind of like pull it around.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Redbubble is.
It's
you can buy stuff.
Yeah, it's like a website where artists can put up their designs, and then it
kind of like TeePublic in a way.
On stuff. Yeah, sort of like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Rachel post a shirt of these, but I thought they were the eels from The Little Mermaid.
I think it's better if it is the eels from the Little Mermaid.
I think so too.
I was like,
Flotsam
what were they
and
talking
jetsam.
about last night?
Yeah.
It's just that some of those are just.
Some of them bring a legit tear to my eye.
Yeah.
To my stoic heart. And then other ones, yeah. Oh, Emily, your face. I'm sorry.
I do
That's
feel
fine.
like, in fact, I feel more like a boomer trying to understand a Gen Z.
You've completely surpassed. You've just gone right to boomer.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where you have to see it for the first time when you're vulnerable in some way.
Yeah. That's what happened to me. Like I didn't know anything about it, and then I think for the last 30 minutes of that happy hour that day, I couldn't stop looking at the masks, and I was just dying laughing.
Yeah, I had seen it for the first time when I had been like home alone for hours because my partner had been at work and I was unemployed, and so I was like super lonely.
They were there
Worm
for
on a
you.
String is my only. Worm on a String was there for me when no one else was.
There you go. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Stupid, absolutely stupid. It's good to laugh at dumb stuff sometimes.
Oh god, I never shared on TikTok. I gotta look for that video of the wolf. What were we talking about? Wolves yesterday?
Yeah, because
What?
Dave Filoni's got like the wolf thing.
Yeah. Well, this
We
girl
wanna
on
know.
TikTok does something where, like you said, horse girl, and then
Yeah, I said he's a wolf boy.
Yeah, but I think there's a wolf girl on TikTok, and I have to look for the video now because it's gonna irritate me that I don't know.
I feel like Emily's inner monologue is, "Why did I come back on this show?"
Yeah,
just like
it's like, is this a Star Wars podcast?
I thought this was a Star Wars thing. What are we talking about?
Yeah. One of my cousins is a wolf boy, which I feel like implies that he's very young. He's like 32. He's older than me. But he is very much a wolf boy. And
Okay.
he has this like great photo from his birthday a few years ago where he went, his like wife took him to a wolf sanctuary and he looks so happy. Like I've never seen him this happy before, and I'm sure I never will again. Like I haven't seen any photos from when his sons were born. Maybe it's like almost the same. he's looking up with such adoration at this wolf. I'm just like,
you like ask him, it's like, yeah, my sons were born, it's okay, but this wolf place I went,
yeah. I'm imagining it's like a devout Catholic going to the Sistine Chapel, like that kind of face. I'm just like, oh, what beauty.
Okay. So I didn't realize how many people like did this trend. If it's a trend, I don't know. I thought it was just one singular person that did it. Oh wait, I think this is the person. Oh my god.
I'm curious, but I'm
it honestly looks like a pretty exhausting workout. And okay, where's yeah. No, because
I'm already not interested.
You'll see. Where's like the first one? Where's the first video?
Okay. If you want to find it, like send it in the Discord.
I found it.
And then we can check it out later.
So basically the gist of it is she's wolf jumping, okay? And she's barking when she does it.
Oh my god, I feel like that's
cursed.
That's cursed, yeah.
It's strange.
Yeah.
And it's in fast and normal speed, so it's a little strange.
Oh,
but yeah, that's what I thought of when I heard about the wolf thing.
Yeah. Give me Dave Filoni.
So feel free, guys.
T-shirt any day.
Yeah, I like his hat.
I have to get one of those.
I feel like that would be a great Halloween costume, just being Dave Filoni. Because all you really need is cowboy hat and like a wolf shirt or a wolf jacket.
Yeah.
And you're set.
Have you guys ever heard Dave Filoni talk and then slow that audio down like to half speed?
No.
The guy sounds drunk out of his mind.
I think most people do.
Everyone would.
No, but it's the tone of his voice and the way he like his cadence. It's just
How did you stumble on this?
Yeah.
It was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Somebody talked about it on a podcast, and they clipped audio of it and they slowed it down. And I remember I was working before the store opened when I was working retail. I was listening to it, and I remember I was folding shirts, and then it got to that part of the episode where the audio was just slowed down, and it was just him talking, and I was laughing so hard that I thought about it for the rest of the day. And when you like have a recurring thought that makes you laugh, you just start laughing at the most, at the stupidest times. That happened to me that entire day, and it was a time. Oh, but
he clearly stuck with you.
It did. It did. It's had to have been like 2016, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, how this show is just, I don't even know what it is today. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like even though there's a new episode of The Bad Batch every week, there hasn't been like much Star Wars news.
Yeah.
And like new things to kind of keep up with. And I don't know if it's because they're like waiting for D23 or it's just kind of like a natural lag period of the year for it.
Well, let's talk about that then. Since D23 is in November this year, we are 5 months away. Well, a little less than 5 months away. What are you expecting to see out of Star Wars at D23, and what are you hoping to see out of Star Wars at D23?
We had talked about this a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm definitely expecting to see something related to the Kenobi series because I feel like that's kind of their hot ticket item, like more so than Ahsoka or sorry to Rachel, but more so than the Andor series as well.
Yeah, I kind of in the same boat with the
like I'm excited for both of those as well, but I think that Kenobi is the one that they're like, this is what the people want, which to an extent, yes, it is what the people want. So I'm expecting to see something related to that, especially because we got that leaked photo of Ewan on set. Or walking to set in his like trash bag garb, if I'm remembering correctly. Something I would like to see is anything to do with like Taika Waititi's movie or Alkalite. Because those are the two things that I'm probably like most excited for just in general. Because Alkalite is a movie, yeah? Or is it a series?
It's a series.
I think it's a series.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah, because that article that Leslie Headland that came out this week, she was talking about hiring writers for the writers' room. That's where that came from.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be a series. And awesome.
So.
Well, yeah, that means there's even more of it.
And it goes into pre-production, I think, next, or pre-production or shooting. I think it's
shooting in February.
Shooting in February. Yeah. And
then we might get like a cast announcement.
Yeah.
Or like some type of casting announcement, which would be great.
And Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron begins pre-production next year.
Cool.
And I think they start shooting next year as well.
Cool.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. So those are what I'm expecting and what I would very much like to see.
Okay. Emily, what about you?
Trying to think because I don't have a very good timeline in my head, but definitely Kenobi is their hot ticket item.
Yeah.
When is the Lego Star Wars thing was put on hold indefinitely, right?
Yeah, I forget.
Have we had like trailers for it? Or anything like that?
I don't
know. We had one.
There's been some game art, and I think maybe some stills, but I don't think it like a full-on trailer or anything. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
To get an update on that.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up now to see if there has been any update.
I know a lot
it
of
says
people
is
have
the
been looking
initial
forward to it.
release should have been 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it says it still says spring of 2021 on the Star Wars website, so that doesn't seem very accurate.
No.
I want to know what the delay is. Like, I'm sure they've said, and I'm sure it's nothing to do with hell, I got a splinter in my
I think it's just a really big, ambitious project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope the delay is because they're like letting their employees not work a million hours of overtime and get absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
I hope they all have healthy work-life balances and fulfilling personal lives as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't that happen with it? I think it was this. Was it Cyberpunk? That apparently they tried to rush to get that done, and then they released it for the PS4, and it wasn't anywhere near totally complete.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't want that to happen.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad vibes.
Yeah.
Jason, what about you?
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll definitely get, if it hasn't come out already, because it said it's November, but Book of Boba Fett's supposed to come out in December. So,
oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
So if we don't have the first trailer, we'll definitely get a second trailer for that.
Yeah.
And I feel like the same way as you guys. I feel like, because I think I could be wrong with this, but I want to say that February, March is sort of the planned release date for Kenobi. So I think, and even if it's not till June, just a teaser of just like you in the costume and some of the other characters in the costume.
Yeah,
I think we'll get at least that, and just nail down, because of the shows they announced, those 400 shows that they announced last at the stockbrokers, not the stockbroker, whatever the stockholders.
Yeah, the shareholders.
Shareholders, yeah. I mean, only 2 of them are in production, even, and that's Andor and
Kenobi.
So maybe some more information on those other things.
Yeah, the other million shows there.
Yeah, seriously. I think, like you guys have said, Kenobi will probably get something about Andor. What I hope we get is clarification, when I don't think they'll give it. And the reason I say I don't think they'll give it is because maybe it's so far away that they'll wait until Celebration next year. But I think it would mean a lot to a lot of people just to get confirmation one way or the other. What's happening with these, with the Rian Johnson trilogy? What's happening with the Benioff and Weiss movies that they got off the project? What's happening with those? The Kevin Feige Star Wars movie, like, what is happening with those movies? Are they just like, because that's the thing that I've noticed with Star Wars more than with other studios is they throw something out there and then you don't hear about it for a long time. And then it just either disappears or it's repackaged. Because we heard about Obi-Wan a while ago, that it was going to be a trilogy, and Stephen Daldry was attached to it to direct, I think. And then that report came out as inaccurate, and then obviously we get the confirmation that it's a series. And Ewan McGregor's been dodging these questions for a while, and even he said, like, I was finally happy just to say, yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
He mentioned that in the Pedro Pascal interview.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I honestly would hope that we would get something that still hasn't been announced yet. Like maybe, I don't know. I think we might get a surprise. So in some medium, whether it's TV, film, or even video games. Merchandise,
learning more about that lightsaber would be cool.
Oh yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah.
And the hotel. I'm sure they got to talk about an opening day for that. and for people to make reservations and whatnot for the Star Wars hotel.
There's a Star. Wait, what?
Yeah.
in Florida.
I'm sorry, I've been gone for so long.
No, it's okay. They're making like a fully immersive Star Wars hotel experience thing in Florida.
It's the Halcyon. I saw the other day. I drove by the site. It's limited capacity. Obviously, I think it's something like 300 something rooms. It's a 3-day stay limit.
Is that like a minimum or a maximum?
Max 2 nights, 3 days. Yeah, because I think it's strictly, when you're in it, you're in it. Like, and you can only the immersion is for the 3 days. And like when you get there, you board a transport that takes you to, the hotel. So it's like you get in the pod and then you're in space and you're in the thing.
So cool.
So like you can't leave basically. Once you're there for the 3 days. And I think the only place you would go is well, you could probably only go to Batu. That's probably the deal. Since you're in Star Wars, you can only go there. And they have
it's the only place I can go. It only has 2 rides.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, honestly, Rise of the Resistance and Smuggler's Run are super fun, but I think the atmosphere and the merchandise is what I like even more about being there, because you're gonna get stuck in a long line at Smuggler's Run, or you're just gonna be waiting for Rise the entire day, So you got to kind of wait. And I want to know if they're gonna block out time at the park for hotel guests only. So like, let's say you made a reservation for the 3 days, and for those days you have the park from like 7 at night to midnight, because that would be in line with what they do with the parties.
I know that Disneyland does like magic mornings, where it's. I don't know if Disney World does the same thing.
Yeah,
where,
they do magic hours.
Hotel guests can get like an extra hour of being at the park before the general public is let in. So in theory, you could probably get like 1 or 2, maybe 3 rides in that time.
Right.
I'm pretty sure the rides are operating during that time. I have never stayed at one of the hotels, so never gotten to do the hour. But I would assume so, other than just like, let's go walk around the park for an hour when it's closed, which would be cool. But also like, not as cool if you're paying like $600 for 2 nights.
Let me tell you though.
Well, 3 times that, because you're staying in a hotel that's immersive.
If you're at the Star Wars one, it would be.
Yeah, like can you imagine you stay at the Star Wars hotel, you're paying like $5,000 for 3 days, and you can only ride like the Toy Story ride because you can't get on the Star Wars one.
Have you guys seen pictures of the rooms?
I don't know if I have.
I saw some concept art like last year, but I don't know if there's any like recent like actual photos I've seen.
I think there was a recent one. Star Wars hotel rooms pictures. Okay, so these are actually finished photos of what it looks like, and it's pretty darn close to the artist renderings, which is awesome.
Oh, so it's like an actual photo of a room.
Yeah. Cool. Let me get all these stupid ads out of here. Oh my god, why? I'm not trying to download the image. God damn it! I just want to look at it.
Piracy.
This looks really cool.
So annoying.
Oh, you found them?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me see.
Okay, let me see if it works this way.
Star Wars hotel room.
I can't believe I haven't heard of this yet.
So there.
I have seen this.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what it is, and the bunks. I hope they're comfortable, because that padding looks pretty sturdy.
I think the bunks are for like little kids. I don't think like
Yeah, I
grown
think
ass
they're for
man's
kids.
supposed
Yeah,
Jason,
you're not
listen,
crawling into a
if
box.
I'm paying thousands of dollars for this thing, I'm gonna stick myself in there. I don't care if I have to like sleep like this. I'm gonna get the full experience.
Yeah, I'm
Well, if you and
sleeping
I
in
share a
a
room, you can
different bed
sleep on the
every
bunks.
night.
I'm sleeping on a bed.
Yeah, the rooms are kind of
I'd probably roll off, to be honest.
small, but
I don't know
interesting.
if this is like a universal experience, but you know when you're a kid and you're like traveling, just traveling like with family or maybe with a friend's family or something,
Yeah.
and they like sneak you into the hotel room
Oh yeah.
because it's like, oh, you know, there's like 2 adults and 2 kids, then maybe there's like 4 kids because each kid's brought a friend or something like that. I wonder if you can get away with that.
I don't know. I remember my dad would always tell me like, "Hey, go sit over there, and we'll let you know when we checked in."
Yeah, when I was turning 12, I think, because I
Yeah.
had my birthday there. I went to Cancun with my friend's family,
Uh-huh.
and I had to pretend to be her aunt's daughter.
Oh god.
Yeah, and I was just like, I oversold it. they knew, but they didn't seem
They're
to
like,
care.
"Yep, I'm just here with my aunt. It's fine."
Yeah, I was like, "Hi, Mom. Mom, have we checked in yet?" Like when you start to say somebody's name too much.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Fun trip though.
Oh jeez. Oh, but one thing I was gonna tell you guys when you mentioned like staying, like you'd be kind of weird, like with the park all empty. There were days that I would, when I was working nights at Magic Kingdom, there were days I would literally be there until the last guest left. And then let me tell you, walking by yourself, I don't care how, nice the castle looks, fine. But you walk by yourself from Main Street to the backstage area to go to the cast parking area. It's eerie, man. Let me tell you, because you start hearing the music and you're like, "This is like a horror movie now." Because now I just need to see all these things.
Like,
Yeah, I just need to see somebody standing down there with like a machete, and then I'm, done.
it's that stormtrooper that you want to like beat the shit out of you.
Oh
in
yeah,
your ideal,
I gotta
in
find
your
that guy.
ideal Star Wars.
For your
land.
I'm telling you, I will stand by this. I want to go to Oga's Cantina, and I want them to escort me out and be like, "Listen, you're part of the
like
Rebel
a traitor
Alliance
to the
and
First
gonna
Order or something."
beat the shit out of you, and you can come back later."
Do you want like one hard punch to the gut and then like a kick in the butt as they expel you
what do
from
they
the land?
usually?
Or do you want like
I want
punished?
how they get Poe. It's like a blaster butt shot to the gut, where they kind of go bah, and then I
Do you
feel
want
like
there
that's
to be
just the
padding
Star
on the
Wars way.
blaster, or is it like does that take it out of it? How hurt
I
do
want
you
it
want to be?
I want it as realistic as possible. So if it's just the actual gun, I guess I'll take it.
You're like, if they kill me, they kill
fakes.
me.
Yeah,
that's on me.
I mean,
they call me.
That's on me, right?
I fear my nephew's immersive experience is going to want to be cutting somebody's hand off.
Hopefully that's
when he watches the scene and loves the scene, does he want to be Darth Vader? Does he want to be Luke, or does he just want to be a fly on the wall?
He wants to be Darth Vader because when I showed him Return to the Jedi and Luke cutting Darth Vader's hand off, he was very upset.
Yeah.
Like, why did he cut his hand off? I'm like, well, because he was fighting. It's like, why? That's not nice. It's like for some reason,
but he was like super into Darth Vader cutting
Luke. He's got no problem watching him get his hand cut off 10 times a day. But Darth Vader got his hand cut off once. He's like, why?
That's so cute and also so like borderline concerning.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
My sister was trying to tell me, she's like, yeah, it's supposedly the sign of independence if your child identifies with villains. And I was like, I hope so.
Oh my god!
I love the way she said that. Like she's Googled it before.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I already checked this out.
Yeah,
it's all good.
It sounds like
she's like, Stud loves Darth Vader. Yeah.
Well, have y'all seen the video of that little girl at Disney for the what was it called? the Jedi Training Academy.
Yeah,
where
when
then she kneeled in front of Vader.
Yeah, she like wanted to be his apprentice.
Yeah. I was like, oh my
it's
god,
so cute. If I want to have a good like happy cry, sometimes I look up like Disneyland Star Wars kids videos, that one, and then the one where it's the little girl dressed as BB-8 meeting BB-8.
Oh yeah.
That one gets me so hard when she goes up to Jim and is like, "It's me, I'm your friend."
Yeah.
Like, not a dry eye in the house.
Oh my god.
I did show him that Volkswagen commercial for I guess it's probably been about 10 years now. Of the little kid that's dressed as Darth Vader and he keeps going around
and he's like,
oh yeah.
He loved that. He thought that one was great.
Geez, that's already that old.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that old, but I want to say it's at least 10 years old.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, it can't be.
I
remember it so well.
What year are we in?
Well, we're in 2021.
That would be 2011.
It came out before Force Awakens, and that's 6 years this December, so it's at least 7 years old.
Okay, Darth Vader Volkswagen. Oh my god, it's 10 years old.
What?
It was the 2011 Super Bowl ad.
Lucasfilm hadn't even been bought by Disney yet.
Yeah, it was still owned by George.
Oh my god, tiny Darth Vader from Super Bowl ad faces 13th heart surgery.
Yeah, that was like the big story behind the cartoon. Is he was like 5, but he'd had like 3 or 4 like heart surgeries, and so it was a big deal. He got to so like he loved dressing up as Darth Vader, and so they put him in this commercial. So it was like an extra thing on top of it. But 13, I didn't know he.
Wow.
Jeez.
I mean that article was from more recently.
Oh,
but yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna show you guys. Salem is trying to destroy the Millennium Falcon. he's fighting R2-D2.
I really want him to knock something down.
Oh, he's knocking heaps
like
of stuff down.
the cats that do the and they just like tip it off.
Yeah. No, he's mostly just knocking things over. He literally just sat down bare butt on my Gonk droid Lego that looks like a present. So I'm gonna have to sanitize that.
Megan, were you worried about the Gonk droid when you saw Cad Bane in the doorway in the episode?
Yeah, I was like, Omega's gonna be fine. Where's Gonky? Yeah, every Gonk droid is my child, personally.
Apparently, in Daniel Jose Older's book, there's a Gonk droid that flies.
What?
Yeah.
Does it have little boosters?
I mean, I would hope so.
Does it have wings? I need to know.
I think I forgot what the name of it was. It's like V something 18, I think. I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
I love it. I already love it. I'm sold. As long as it looks the same. Sold.
Oh, it should.
Yeah. Well, R2 was around for 25 years. Nobody knew he could fly. And then
Attack
the Clones. There he goes.
Yeah, he's just beep-bopping around. I mean, I think R2 might be my Yoda of like he's just such a dick.
I'm on the same page with you.
Yeah, so I'm choosing to believe that he has willfully never shown. Oh, I'm sorry, Emily. He's willfully never shown Luke that he can fly.
Asshole. Mine was going to be R2. It was like, so my new boss, should I tell him? He's asked what happened to his father. Should I tell him this old man we just met up with burned him alive? Nah.
Yeah. He's like, am I ethically obliged to tell my new employer that I know the guy who killed his dad?
You know what's even crazier than that?
Oh, Emily, I'm sorry. Do you love R2?
She's like, of course.
I mean, I think he's super cute and fun. Like, he's one of my favorite characters in the sense that I think it's great he's a dick.
Yeah.
Like, Yoda being a dick just fucks stuff up.
I feel like he is enlightened. He's seen so much. Like, he operates on a different level than us.
Yeah.
It's not about, I have to tell him about his father. He's up here. He has a more
he's
things
playing the long game.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is that R2 can tell Luke about so many things with Anakin, from little kid Anakin up until, Psycho Anakin. Like, he could be like, Luke, I saw your father hit on your mom, or hit on your grandma when... Wait, I'm getting
it's his mom.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Mom, there you go.
See, when was R2? Well, yeah, he did.
I haven't even had a drink today.
If you count Qui-Gon, he was there.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Like, I saw him hit on your mom. I saw him, win a pod race. I saw him. Was he there when he cut the pear for Padme?
I hope not.
He was there.
Something shouldn't be seen.
He went with them.
Yeah. He went with them.
But I don't know if he was in the room. No, I don't know about that.
I'll be
Did he officiate the wedding?
I
He
mean,
He was there. He was one of the only witnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and 3PO. So
I can't believe a droid can be a witness.
He was. I wonder if he turned it. He's like, man, this ain't gonna last.
I kind of always in my head canon there was always like a scene right after the final shot of Return of the Jedi where Luke's had a couple of drinks. He just pulls R2 aside. He's like, okay, you gotta tell me everything now.
Yeah, it's like the end of The Hangover with the pictures.
Yeah,
that's what needs to happen with R2. It's just hologram images.
What happened? Because the only guy I trusted was Obi-Wan. He's like, well, from a certain point of view, your father's dead. Okay, I just want you to tell me what happened.
Yeah,
tell me straight up.
Can you tell me explicitly what has gone on? How dirty would you be if you you find this mentor, you really vibe in like a mentor-mentee space. You leave your home planet, you go and get wrapped up in this big, galaxy-wide kind of militia, conspiracy, rebel alliance sort of thing, and then then your mentor is like, oh yeah, I may have lied about a few things. Because that's basically what Obi-Wan's does. He's like, oh, from a certain point of view, your dad's dead. It's like, is my dad dead? That's a yes or no question.
Yes or no.
Right.
It's not the man who was your father is no more, yet his body walks along.
There was no wiggle room. He was pretty. He was prison. Didn't he say Darth Vader murdered and betrayed your father?
Yeah.
That. It wasn't like, and your father went into a room and only Darth Vader came in. He didn't even do that. He just said,
what happened?
He knocked the X-Wing over, but I think he maybe just knocked it off the stand.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
To be fair, by the time that Obi-Wan clarifies, he too is dead.
This is true.
So he's protected. Like, he can't get his ass kicked by Luke.
No.
At that point, he's just like, listen, I'm already dead.
I feel like he earned that little lie. Because he gave it his all.
I can sit on a solid surface, but I can't get punched.
It's true.
I
did love the callback in Rise of Skywalker when Luke sat down. I was like, okay. Yeah. I like that when you're a Force ghost.
It's consistent.
Sometimes you get tired.
Yeah, it's consistent. Man, I don't know.
It's all fine.
Okay.
Okay, good.
My husband built a little stand. Oh God, what's my hair doing? My husband built a little stand for X-Wing, and Salem just basically did the cat thing where he cut it. He's like, no more of that.
Oh, God.
This project you sunk 5 hours into, I will destroy it in a moment's notice if I so choose.
God, I remember when I had a cat, and geez, I had always been a dog person, and then got the cat, and I didn't think about how active they are in the middle of the night. And then I just start hearing running from one part of the apartment to the other. And then the sounds Like it's not the regular meow. It's like some ancestral
Like
call
the
to like an
deep meow.
ancestor. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on, man? This
Yeah.
is so weird.
We've somehow organized Salem into a schedule where he gets that done right after he eats, which is still before we go to bed, because like feed him and then I'll go take a shower and like do my nighttime routine and stuff. And so he'll I mean, it does kind of make it worse sometimes because I'll be in the shower and then all of a sudden I'll just hear like from outside. And I'm like, either I'm about to get murdered or or my cat is just like doing his I need to poop runs.
Yeah. I need to poop runs.
Yeah.
Oh God. Has your cat ever tipped over his litter box?
Yeah, he like obviously not intentionally, maybe not obviously, but not intentionally, because he likes to rest all of his paws outside of the box, so like on the edge. So if it's not weighted down enough, it'll yeah.
I think my cat did it intentionally. Like, motherfucker, you haven't changed this in 2 days. I will change it for you. And then you will clean it.
Yeah, no, you have no choice. You will be changing it and you will
like,
be
I feel like
the carpet.
I feel like she sat on it and just said, you know what, man? Fuck you. And just like tipped the entire thing over.
Yeah. Salem will sit on his like kind of like this. Imagine I have like a fourth leg thing. Because I'll just tip over otherwise. My center of balance is fucked up. And then depending on like how much litter is in it, it will just but I've seen it happen. He's very unhappy when it happens. Like I don't think he does it intentionally.
At least he's sad about it.
Yeah. We can both be sad about it together. It's like a bonding experience at that point.
Oh my God.
Isn't it, babe?
Animals are the funniest things on this planet, and no one can ever tell me any different. Like those videos on TikTok where it's like the chances of like a golden retriever killing you are very low, and then it's like, but they're never zero, and it's the dog just fucking staring at you. It's so funny.
That is pretty funny.
Like it's happy music, and then it's just like a menacing thing, and the dog's just like standing at a corner, just like.
I like the TikTok videos where it's a high pitched voice, and it's a shot of the dog, and it's the owner explaining what it did.
Oh yeah.
Like, so I thought it would be great to get into the garbage, and it's like this whole thing. The dog's like.
Those are pretty funny.
What's been your like Megan? I'll let you continue.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say I do have a Star Wars related question.
Go for it. Bring it.
Not to take president on the Star Wars or precedent on the Star Wars podcast. This is inspired by me looking up at the map that we have on the wall, which is like our state, but it looks like it's a Lord of the Rings style map. If you could replace any character in like the Skywalker saga with any other character from a piece of media, who would you replace? And how do you think it would affect the story going forward?
Can you give an example?
Like if you would replace Obi-Wan with Gandalf. Kind of thing. Like it doesn't have to be Lord of the Rings. I just saw the Lord of the Rings poster, so that's what came to mind. And then I was like, oh, I wonder if Gandalf would lie about someone's dad being dead for his own gain. So yeah, like any piece of I think you would too. Like any piece of media, or other series or whatever. It's a very broad question to throw on everyone. Sorry.
This is an interesting question. But I'm trying to see who would. The
only one I can think of is replace Jabba the Hutt with Vito Corleone, which.
Yeah.
The Godfather, but that's about the extent of it. I can think hard.
I was like, I don't know who that Lord of the Rings character is.
Oh, it had to be from Lord of the Rings?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I've never seen the Godfather.
Oh, it's Brando and the Godfather. It's the famous.
Ooh, I don't even know who I would pick, which sucks because I'm the one who asked.
Ray with Bilbo. Hammer of Doom says replace Ray with Bilbo.
I'm just trying to
content now, guys. Sorry.
Oh, this is it.
I'm dead air us.
There's so many characters to think about. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of possibility. I'm looking over at my bookshelf trying to decide.
I love most of the characters, so I'm trying to think of somebody.
Yeah.
That I like. I wouldn't want to like replace Han Solo with like, I don't know, John Wick. Although that's interesting now that I've said it. But
I mean,
going off of the. Sorry.
Oh, you go? No, you go.
Going off of the wolf thing, I'm looking at my Funko Pops for inspiration. What if we replace Ezra with Arya Stark?
Ooh.
So, like, whenever she goes and gets really good at sword fighting, like she gets really good with a lightsaber, and then she like has the wolfy thing too.
Yeah. That would be really good. Really good swap.
I'm thinking of answering this question. What character that the actors in Star Wars have played would you put in place of the one that they played in Star Wars? So like Mark Hamill, he was the Joker. He was,
the Fire Lord.
Right. He was in freaking, if you want to go comedy, he was in the Taika Waititi vampire show.
Oh yeah.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah.
I love that.
So now I'm thinking
your
like
sister's calling you out in the chat.
Yoda and like Dumbledore are kind of equal because like you think they're the wise sages, and then at the end you realize that they really just messed
you have an issue with Dumbledore too?
Who doesn't have an issue with Dumbledore?
I'm gonna say everybody has an issue with Dumbledore. He basically turned Harry into a child soldier and didn't tell him he was gonna die at the end.
Exactly what Yoda
That's basically what Snape told him.
Yeah, no, I mean that is what Snape tells him. Like at least in the movie, I don't remember
raising him as
like a pig for slaughter.
Yeah.
But like it's like I haven't agreed with Snape for most of these movies, except there's a point in I think Half-Blood Prince where Snape calls out Harry for like acting like a child when he's like, you have too much responsibility to act like this, basically, like tough shit.
Yeah.
So I've only ever agreed with Snape twice.
Snape would be a good Star Wars character, but I don't know who I would replace him with.
Who?
Snape, but I don't know who I would put him. Maybe Obi-Wan. I don't know. Someone who could play both sides.
Ooh, I think he'd be a good Mace Windu kind of guy.
I was thinking
he's kind of like that. Oh yeah, Hux too.
Because he kind of, I guess, in a way, he kind of fills that role. Although I can't imagine Snape being like, "I'm the spy."
What if he was a Tarkin? like not.
He would be.
He would. Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a good Tarkin. I'm gonna say I would replace C-3PO with Edward from Twilight. Because I like C-3PO, but I do find him annoying. I think Edward would mostly just be sulky. He would just be like sad in the corner, but then tell you what everyone's thinking, which is a more condensed version of what C-3PO does.
Speaking of sulky robots, you could do Marvin from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Ooh, which droid would you replace? Assuming that you replace
3PO. Yeah. So instead of like being a like Marvin's still kind of a know-it-all, but he's like a depressed know-it-all.
Yeah, it makes him humble.
I love Marvin. Going back to actors from their previous movies, to have like the Moulin Rouge musical version of Obi-Wan and Satine, because Nicole Kidman's character in that movie is Satine.
Basically.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Hammer of Doom is throwing out some good
Yoda with
Darth Vader with Felix the Cat.
Yoda with Edward Scissorhands.
Oh my god.
Was it ever a thing at your high schools to do like Edward 40 hands? Where you would like tape 240s to your hands?
This sounds familiar, and I'm sure somebody in my high school did it.
Yeah, I feel like it was a
Called
thing
it
at my high school
hands,
for a
like,
little
just
bit.
taping 240s to your hands.
You just called it a dumb thing to do.
Yeah, I think it was just it wasn't. I don't think until the movie came out I was like, hey, we could call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I never drank in high school, so I was never the one with the 40s taped to my hands. But I did go through a short phase where anytime I held two things that were the same, I would be like, I'm Edward Blank Hands. My high school boyfriend sent me a photo the other week that came up on his like Facebook memories, and it was me with like a hollowed out baguette that I'd broken in half and stuck my hands in, and captioned it Edward Bread Hands. And it made me laugh as hard as when I originally did. It's evergreen.
Oh my god!
Like to me personally, it's evergreen. Yeah. Sorry,
high school. What a time!
What a time!
Ugh.
Jeez.
My 10-year reunion is this year.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna
Mine's
go?
in 3.
Maybe it's in Missouri and I'm in Alabama, and it's in September, so maybe I don't know. I didn't go to the 5-year.
Oh, there's a 5-year.
Like a waste of time. 5
Yeah,
years,
I feel like.
saw you.
Yeah, I just saw you like yesterday.
I've seen all of you too soon.
I would probably go for like
to, make something
15
yourself to like
or 20.
make or to make everybody else feel bad. Like 10 years, at least 10 years for that.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't accomplished enough in 5 years to really go and like flaunt it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Isn't that why you go to a high school reunion, to be like,
100%.
Hey.
Yeah. You don't want to go if you're still like relatively doing the same thing. You want to be like, I just had a meeting the other day with fucking, I don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio. We're going over a script. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to say something like that.
I put Leonardo DiCaprio in Star Wars.
Ooh.
Well, he was supposed to play Anakin.
Oh.
He was like one of the names thrown out for Anakin. My pick, and I don't know if I've mentioned,
Hayden, but that would have been really good.
I don't know if I've mentioned it on the show ever, but my pick for if they were to, do another, if back then they would have gone with another choice, I think James Franco would have done a great Anakin.
Yeah, he can do the bubbly and dark.
Yeah, because the way he does that turn as Harry in Spider-Man, it's very Anakin-like to me. And just like the way he looks like Hayden. Like if you put them both side by side, no, not face, but like body, like physique, to me they're kind of similar. And I need somebody to do a deep fake now and put James Franco's face over Hayden's face, and for episode 3, and I think it'd look pretty good.
Yeah,
I think it'd look pretty good.
Speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio, I think that his Jay Gatsby would make a good Han Solo.
Oh,
yeah.
Like it's a very different like take on the character.
Yeah.
It's like much more charismatic and less of like gruff, lovable, like shitty dude. But I think that it would ultimately fill the same purpose and be interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is totally inspired by me watching The Haunted Mansion last night. Like the 2003 Eddie Murphy one.
Oh God, I saw that movie in the theater.
I did too.
I loved it.
I think it's a great movie. Like, don't
Me
get me
too.
wrong, it's like cheesy and it's
Oh, it
it's
is.
a 2003 family comedy. Like, it's
Yeah.
exactly what I expect from that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I know that they're doing the Muppets Haunted Mansion for Disney Plus this year.
Mm.
If you could recast a Star Wars movie with the Muppets,
Oh, geez.
that could be a whole episode.
Yeah,
so
that could be a
don't
whole
feel
episode.
obligated. To
I'm not
answer.
as familiar with the Muppets.
I've
I
only
know
ever
the
seen two
main-
Muppets movies. I started watching the Muppets this year because someone had recommended A Muppets Christmas Carol
Mhm.
to me, and I was like, oh, that could be fun. And like, I was really sick on Christmas Eve, so
Yeah.
I was like, can we stay home and like watch a movie or something instead of
Yeah.
a few of our friends were going out to a bar. And Justin was like, yeah, of course. I was like, I want to watch Muppets Christmas Carol, and we both got like really into it. and then we watched the I think it's the 2011 Muppets movie
Uh-huh.
with the man from How I Met Your Mother.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Jason Segel? Segel?
Yes,
Yeah.
that
Oh.
one. That man. And it was really funny. We were both surprised at like how enjoyable it was. And so
Yeah.
now I'm like, now I'm interested in the Muppets.
Have you seen the 79 one, the original one?
No, not yet, but I would like to. I think it's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus, yeah.
Yeah.
My sister went to she has a master's in puppetry. I swear to God, which is another whole episode.
What?
That's so cool. You can get a master's in that?
Yeah, she went to the University of Connecticut a couple of years ago, and so she got a master's in puppetry.
Does she work in puppetry?
She just got a job in Nashville working for Madame Tussauds. So
That's insane.
That's
Yeah.
Does that mean she's moving to Nashville?
yeah, she just moved to Nashville like last week.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
I have two sisters. The one that I'm staying at her house, she didn't go, but my other sister.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was gonna say, is this the sister with your niece and nephew?
No. This is
Okay.
my other sister. Yeah,
Got it.
but
Never occurred to me that you had more siblings. I come from a family of two.
Same.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
so when
man.
she was going to school, one Christmas we popped on the '79 Muppet movie, and
Mhm.
it was just a miserable experience for me because she was still in the middle of the classes, and so she was like, she kept explaining how they did each Muppet.
Mhm.
So she's like, so this one, Kermit, when he's riding the bicycle, they have guys on wires, and I was just sort of like, yeah, okay. And at a certain point, I'm like, I'm going to bed.
You know, now that you say that, I can see how you could get a master's in that because, like, it's crazy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
anytime you watch
Yeah.
behind the scenes with puppets in a movie, it's just
Yeah.
like
I love that.
like it's an art form.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I
Every-
feel like that similar experience was my friends watching Haunted Mansion with me because the Haunted Mansion's also my favorite ride at Disneyland. And I had warned them like, we can totally talk and heckle during the movie, but just letting
Yeah.
you know, if we watch this, I will be insufferable.
You know,
Because I'm just gonna spend the whole time going, "That's in the ride. That's in the ride," and I did.
I
I was true to my word.
what you have to do one day, anytime you go back to the park, and I don't know if they do this for guests. I think I don't see why they wouldn't, because it's super cool. But they offer a tour of the ride with two of the people that like do the ride.
Yeah.
And I did it. We had to get there like super early one day before the park opened. And literally we walked through the entire ride, and they were telling us like the history of it, pointing out things. And I was like, oh shit, this is freaking cool. Like the scene in the ballroom with the ghosts.
Yeah,
how
the
it's, like-
Pepper's ghost effect.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
they took us down to the bottom floor where the actual sculpts are. And I'm like, how the fuck does this work, man? Because
I would lose it. Oh my god.
it's such an old idea, but it's timeless because it looks so real. And then they were pointing out like, oh, in the scene in the library when you're going through on the buggy, if you look down, there's a book of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Aw.
and then there's actually two. There's one in that room, and there's one when you go up into the attic with the bride and the hatchet.
Yep.
And then they were saying how when when you exit the building and when your chair goes back like that, that's because you've jumped out and you've been pushed and you died. And that they're like lowering you into the ground, and then when you come back, that's why you're surrounded by all the ghosts. It's because you're dead.
Yeah, I would love to do the tour. I have
Emily's face.
I have too much social anxiety to ask about it. So I will probably never do it because if they were like, oh, that's not real, I would never go to the park again because I'd be like, they'll somehow know. They'll have a photo of me on the dumbass wall. And I'll never be able to grace these hallowed halls again.
Oh, jeez.
But oh my God, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, it was by far my favorite thing that that I was able to do while I worked there, because when all the lights are on in there, you forget how much there actually is. And like I'm sure they have it in the Disneyland version where it's the grandfather clock and then you get the hand that goes over it. Do you know how they do that?
Is it just like a thing going over a light?
Yeah, if you look behind you, it's like a little hand thing, and it's got 4, and then it just rotates the entire time.
Yeah.
And just slowly just goes like that. And then the eyes on the wall, it's literally styrofoam blocks with wind behind it, and it's just pitch black, so you don't see like all the different spokes.
Yeah.
But it's so cool and practical how they do it. It looks so good.
Oh, so cool.
And you're getting that Disney Plus show that's going to talk about all the rides.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
Because I am such a like theme park nerd, and love hearing how rides work, especially practical effect rides.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have it marked on my calendar when it comes out. It's like I'm not looking at my calendar right.
Was that the cat?
Yeah, so I've got this I've got this box of recycling to take out. It's like cardboard that you have to wait for the bin to get taken before it'll fit, and he keeps hopping into it and then getting scared because he's like stuck in it and knocking out.
I was like, no, we have ghosts.
No, ghosts don't come around during the day. Ghosts are a nighttime thing.
Oh, that's great to know.
Like not in my house. It's just my mindset of like, no, ghosts are an evening thing.
I've been hearing some weird stuff here.
You're always.
I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. Like pretty soon, that guitar is just gonna start playing any second.
Caught in my wire.
Oh God. Oh man. Today just feels like it's been a day for all of us. I get that vibe.
I do get that vibe, yeah.
Even though Megan, you've been up for just a couple hours.
Yeah. It's a good start to the day. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go back to bed after this.
As you should. You deserve it. It's your birthday.
A couple hours too, but because we're going to bed for the day. So.
Yeah, you're going full sleep time. My pick up the gat or cat. Sorry, I'm reading the comments now as well. Yeah, my partner was at work until like 3 a.m. last night, so he's gonna sleep until roughly midday, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
But I love sleeping. Like I can just nap and nap and nap. So this is like my dream birthday, that I just get to sleep all day and then eat a cake in the evening.
What kind of
cake
cake
actually
is your
sounds really
favorite?
good.
I made like a chocolate chip cookie cake, so just like a big ass chocolate chip cookie that I'm gonna frost.
Those are good.
Normally, it's like it doesn't feel like it's my birthday unless I have a funfetti cake, like Pillsbury funfetti. But I couldn't get a box this year. Like usually one of the stores in town gets it like imported randomly, and it always happens to be around my birthday. But but they didn't get it this year.
Oh.
Yeah, and they don't sell it at the grocery store or anything. So bummer. But I'm trying to recreate the like Mrs. Fields mall cookie experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
I for anyone who has a Publix near them, I highly recommend the cookies and cream brownies in the bakery.
Ooh.
So
Oh
good.
my
I'll have to try that.
So good. Also, I would play you a riff, but I don't have an amplifier at the moment. I have an acoustic guitar, but 'tis out of my reach.
Yeah. A riff on an acoustic guitar is not that impressive. It's like, okay.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of like, all right.
I can't play
It is
any
what it is.
music, so that's always a little bit impressive to me. Anytime someone can make something sound kind of good, I'm like, ooh,
Mhm.
look at
You're like,
you.
"Ooh, that sounds nice."
I'm like, shocking.
Uh,
I didn't know people could do that.
I just know every time I pick up the guitar, when somebody asks me to play something, it never like. There's somebody posted a video of that on YouTube. It's like playing by yourself, and you're jamming, you're doing your thing, and then the moment somebody walks in, you just lose all function and you forget how to play anything. It's the worst.
drops it.
Yeah.
My
Um,
husband and I were both in marching band in high school, and he
Oh, yeah?
was a drummer, and I played the clarinet, and they're like
mhm.
totally different skill sets, like totally, because I have no rhythm, and but he was talking about like maybe picking up another instrument, but he's like, but I can't sight read. I'm like, well, you don't need to sight read. You just like memorize that note, you push these buttons, and it's not like singing, like that note comes out every time you push those buttons.
Right.
You don't have to try.
Yeah.
He's like, but it's still a lot of memorization. And I'm like, well, but there's not a lot of like skill required.
Yeah.
That's fair. I remember in elementary school, because in elementary school, every kid learns the recorder, and
They
you
still
play.
do that.
Do they?
Yeah.
I never had to learn, but I'm also like the same age as you, so it might just be a
Yeah.
location thing.
Probably.
Somebody asked, my sister's a school teacher, and somebody asked, like, do you still need a recorder? Like, yeah, fourth grade, everybody gets a recorder. I was like,
Oh, mine was earlier, I think.
oh, was it?
Yeah. I did. I never learned how to. I learned, I think Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Nobody learns how. Name the great recorder.
The great recorder track that everyone.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
now it's the
Hot
Mandalorian
Cross
theme.
Buns.
Yeah.
It's just on that big ass recorder, not the little one.
Is that like an oboe?
No, it's like it's some, I forget what it's called. In the chat, anybody know if you can look it up? That'd be great.
I'll look it up. You continue with this story.
Yeah. So you do the recorder, and then they were like, "Oh, we have some flutes. The curved one. I forget what it's. Is it just called the curved flute, where it like goes like this? I don't know.
I don't
Well,
know
anyway,
what
maybe
you're
they
talking
just
about.
created a fucking instrument for that class. But anyway, they just said,
made one.
They just made one.
They just gave you a broken recorder.
Yeah, it's really
They're like, this
strange.
kid doesn't know better.
And I couldn't play it. So I was like, go fuck yourself, man. I don't know how to
You're
play.
right. It is the Mandalorian theme is
Yeah.
played on a bass recorder.
There you go, bass recorder.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Sorry for doubting you.
Yeah.
So that's the greatest recorder track on the planet now.
Yeah, I also played bass clarinet, but the notes were the same, so I didn't have to learn. Like the notes and the fingers were exactly the same. So again, people were like, "Wow, you picked up the bass clarinet so quickly," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm super talented."
Like, what can I say?
Yeah.
Hammer of Doom, I don't have my clarinet anymore, unfortunately. Sadly.
Aw.
Yeah, my mom lent it to a cousin, and
Never.
that was several years ago. I've never gotten it back. I had dreams about it at least once a week. Like I have dreams about this clarinet all the time.
Oh my god!
This
I almost
specific clarinet, or like the clarinet
like
in
I'm like
general?
playing my clarinet, and I'll wake up and be like, oh, maybe I should pick it back up, and I'm like, I don't have it.
Oh no, I don't have.
Hmm.
Wait, and it's
That's
like
so annoying.
you can't just buy a new clarinet because it sounds so weird, but like they become. Maybe it's the same with every instrument, but it's not like you can just pick up another one and play it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
whenever
get that.
in high school, the clarinet section, like if we would like try to swap, like I could not play a clarinet from the person next to me because like my fingers couldn't fit the holes exactly the same. Like the mouthpiece. I mean, you would probably, if you were being sanitary, you would keep your own mouthpiece.
Yeah, right.
But,
yeah.
But like the mouthpiece didn't fit right in my mouth. Like you become attached to your instrument.
Yeah, I think it's the same with. I think it's the same probably with, as you said, with every instrument, because that guitar that I bought recently, I sold it because I didn't like how it felt. It was a beautiful guitar, but it didn't sit right in my hands, and the action on the strings, which means like the strings were too close to the fretboard. I'm sure I could have fixed that, but even then it wasn't what I was used to. So yeah, I think once you grow attached to an instrument, I think you want to keep it for as long as you can, unless it just breaks or is beyond repair.
Yeah. And like with the clarinet, like I played it in middle school too. So I played it at least every weekday for 7 years. So like it really like becomes like
yeah. Gosh, I had calluses on my fingers for how long? I started playing. I got my first guitar when I was like 11 or 12. I think I had calluses on my fingers for probably 11, 12 years from that point.
Wow.
Just because I would play it every day. Like I was the kid, you'd walk into my room and I had YouTube open with how to play da-da-da. And first it was, I can only play the intro to a song. Then it was, okay, I can play like the rhythm part. And then, I can only play the lead to this part of this song. And then I got to a point where I could play like a few full ones. But even today, the thing that stops, I think, a lot of people is you get to a point where you learn as much as you can from the internet, and then you got to actually learn you have to learn the theory of the music. And if you don't do that, I think you just stay here, which is fine. Like me, I'm not going to be in a fucking band, but it would be nice to just play and feel like you're playing something right. Can I play us a tune? All right, I'll play in a little bit.
The Star Wars.
Yeah, can you play the Star Wars theme?
It would take me a few tries to get where the notes are on the fretboard, but
don't worry about it. My husband's really musically inclined, which is frustrating because I've always wanted to be.
Yeah.
Never done it. He plays the Irish drum, which has a specific name that I can't pronounce very well. It's like the Boran. It's not spelled that way either. He can play a bit of the fiddle. I think he can play a bit of guitar, and then he's learning bagpipes right now.
The bagpipes. Oh yeah, I saw he sent the video.
Yeah,
that's right.
Bagpipes.
Yeah, he has his practice chanter right behind my laptop. It's very loud. Otherwise, I would squawk into it to show you all, but it'd probably break whatever glass you have in your room if I did it. Yeah, just shatter. But like not because the note's so high, because it just like doesn't want to be in existence anymore with that sound in the world.
I almost just tipped this whole thing over.
I saw how delicately you put those on.
Snake charmer.
That sounds familiar, so I wonder if he has looked that up.
Interesting.
The way that the practice chanter sounds reminds me of did anybody ever watch Crashbox on HBO?
I don't think
It's like a children, I don't think they're still making it, but it was like a children's variety educational show, and they had this one that was like, it's called Riddle Snake, and it was a snake who told you riddles, but it had like kind of snake charmer like doo-doo-doo vibe. It sounds exactly the same as the practice chanter to me, so every time Justin does it, I'll go like Riddle Snake, because that's how they say it. And he's like, I've never seen the show. I don't know what you're doing. I'm just like, Riddle Snake.
Oh my god, that's so funny. But I wish I would have like took classes. Do you guys feel that way? Like you wish you would have taken?
It's not too
Like,
late. You're still
yeah.
young.
Yeah, your life's
I'm the
not
type
over,
of
dude.
person. I'm the type of person that I look like. Let's say, okay, I'm 25. I'm turning 26 in January. I'm like, the time for me to like have, try it out for any sort of sport has probably long passed. Unless I walk onto something and miraculously,
Playing a
they
guitar
are
is
so.
not playing a sport.
Well, no,
Yeah.
but I feel like I don't know. I feel
not
like
too late.
I feel like you gotta just when you start and you commit. And
Well, I think it depends what you want to do with it, because like if you just want to do it for the enjoyment of it, it's never too late to do that. If you want to do it, like if you want to join a sport because you want to become a professional athlete, depending on what sport it is, like I don't want to say it's too late for that, but I mean like how many like 35-year-olds are in the NFL or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I was 24, which was only 2 years ago, because I'm basically the same age as you, I started a new sport, and not to like get really good to be like a professional at it, just because it was something fun to do in the evenings, and then it was a lot of fun, and I competed in it for a little bit, and then I moved, and they didn't have it where I moved to. But
that's one thing. I do think I regret a little bit that I didn't, because I was a 4-year varsity golfer in high school, and I think if I would have, I think if I would have if I would have been serious about it, I could have been pretty good. But the thing is, if I wasn't practicing with the team, I wasn't practicing much outside of school. And the funny thing about that was I didn't lose my game. So I feel like if I would have committed, maybe I could have been, much better than I was. But it's that commitment thing. It's how much time do you want to put into it? And sacrifice maybe doing other things. But
I mean, I think if you want to like try a new sport or new musical instrument or like learn more theory about it, you still most likely have a lot of life left.
Yeah,
let's hope so.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to learn Japanese, and that's something that is better when you learn it younger. And I am 28, but it's still fun.
Yeah, and I've just gone back to university, which like to start a new career, which is like a 3 or 4 year degree, and then starting the career. So it's like it's not too late.
That's fair. Honestly, my one hope is one day, because my favorite artist is John Mayer. I mean, I've been to like 4 of his shows. Because I saw he did it with a little kid, and I thought it was the coolest thing. He brought him on stage and he gave him a guitar, and like he played the entire song on stage, and I was like, that's all I want, man. Just bring me on stage one day. Let me play this.
I used to go up on stage with John Mayer.
Just go up on stage. Give me the guitar. And I'll shred for a little bit.
I mean, that can be your motivation to be ready at any moment if you run into John Mayer and he has a spare guitar.
Yep.
Yeah. Be like, hey, it can only be one of these 3 songs because those are the only ones I know the entire record.
You're only allowed to play Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. I'm sorry.
Which I can play.
It's best song. Oh, hello. Sorry, my dogs just came out from the bedroom. Hello. I feel like you're stalling, David.
I'm stalling?
I feel like you're stalling.
I'm stalling a little bit. Right.
You don't have to
I'm trying
play
think
if
of
you don't want to.
No, I'm trying to think of what to play. Going through the albums, I could do a song from each one, like a little bit of a. Let's go OG.
Do 10 seconds of each one so we don't get copyright claimed.
That's fair. That's a good point.
And that's a good out for you if you start and then you're like, oh.
Then I'm like, I don't know how to play anymore. Oh, here's the fun one. If you know the song, say the name. No, nothing.
It sounds nice.
Yeah.
Why Georgia? First John Mayer album. Room for Squares. So that's one.
I don't listen to John Mayer, not because he's just not what I put on, but my husband does. So I think I've probably heard it like in the car with him.
Gotcha.
That's why it sounds familiar, but I don't know the name of the song.
See, if I had the amplifier, I'd play some Paramore because I know I could play.
That would be a great
segment because I was kind of tipsy a few nights ago and we were driving back home listening to Paramore and it was Crush Crush Crush.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is it called Crush? She's not crushing anything. I'm like, I've always wondered this. And my husband's like, I think it's like she has a crush. And I'm like, oh. So then
the world's opened up.
He went to Punk Gas and I was reading through the lyrics. And when he got back, I was trying to explain the whole song to him, like drunk. And I'm like, I could start a new podcast. It would be like My Drunk Kitchen, but it's where I try to explain Paramore songs.
I love it, and I would love to be a guest on that podcast because I would just be like, can we talk about the Paramore songs from the first Twilight movie and how good they are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I knew. Oh wait, how did Misguided Ghosts go?
Ooh, I know what that song is. It's Misguided Ghosts.
Yeah, that's very close.
Oh shit. Yeah. So working.
It was recognizable.
Yeah. I knew more off the first album than anything else. Because once each album gets progressively more difficult to me, like Emergency, I can play the whole song. All We Know, I can play the whole song.
Well, also they were really young.
Yeah, right.
First album. My husband said that the first album is his favorite. I'm like, really?
I have the first album on vinyl. It's so good. I love it. Yeah. That cruise by far has been the best vacation I ever took in my life.
Oh,
was the Paramore cruise.
It's the only cruise I would ever consider doing.
It was so much fun.
Because like I'm against cruises on an ethical level, but
yeah,
fair.
On an ethical level.
Really cool.
I mean, cruises are like pretty bad for the environment. They're like super wasteful.
Yeah, and it's amazing that they get around like that they're still. It's like people don't realize how bad they are for the environment. Somehow they've just like their marketing has overshot that, but
yeah, everybody loves to be on a big boat, but nobody wants to think about like the toucan that they're strangling by doing it.
Yeah.
I say as someone whose family fucking loves cruises.
Oh, my family does too.
I think it's because like if you drive a car, then it's on you, and you're like, well, I can switch to an electric car. But if you're on a big boat, then you don't feel responsible because you're like, well, everyone else is also on this big boat.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's like a collective thing instead of like a personal thing. And then you get distracted by the buffet, and you're like, ooh.
Oh,
I do love a buffet.
I do love a buffet. Maybe not so much now anymore, but COVID and everything.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time thinking about buffets. Like,
there's one down the street that my husband wants to try, and I'm like,
I just want a buffet of Asian food.
I don't know.
I want to go to the sushi train.
I had sushi for lunch today.
I'm so fucking jealous.
I'm 4 to 6 weeks away from eating my body's weight in uncooked salmon.
Yeah, like if I ever, whenever I like entertain the idea, like would I want to have kids? I think about you can't have raw fish for 9 months.
That's genuinely been like pretty hard. It wasn't too hard for the first 4 months because I didn't live somewhere where there was sushi. The closest sushi place was 2 hours away, so it's not around. But now that we're back in the city, I'm like desperate for it. I've filled my husband in that our immediate post-birth plan after like everything's all good and we've had the time is that he will go and he will get me a 16-pack of salmon nigiri. bring it back to the maternity ward for me. There's a bag. There's a bottle of soy sauce in my hospital bag. Yeah.
You've earned it.
I especially after that, I'll have earned it.
Oh my gosh. I need a vacation. I could use a vacation. Not like I'm even doing anything that would require me needing a vacation since I work from home. But I just want to, just go somewhere. Go to a beach. And I know I live in Florida, but I want to go to a beach.
I was gonna say, I feel like you could go to a beach.
Yeah, a beach is super doable. Although you're in Orlando, there's no real beach there.
I gotta go like 2 hours to either coast.
Yeah,
but oh God, I never told you guys this story. So, were you guys here for my Scientology ramblings? Okay.
Yeah, I was not, but I can imagine.
Yeah, so it was pretty extensive. So Clearwater, which is like the hub of Scientology, is like 2 hours southwest of here. And my mom went over to Clearwater Beach and I told her, hey, if you pass by the building, take a picture of it. She took like freaking 40. And I was like, just because I wanted to see if people would come out and tell her to not take pictures, because they've been known to do that. And then she's like, I asked her, she's like, no, nobody came out. And I was like, what would you have done if they did? I'd be like, what do you want? I'm just taking pictures. And I'm like, then they'll send a private eye on you and harass you forever, because that's what they do. Megan, if you don't know, if you see a Scientology building, anywhere,
there's one in LA.
Okay, the blue one, right?
Sure, yeah. Well, I don't remember exactly what it looks like, but I know that I've passed it before, like when I'm visiting. I would love to go into the Scientology building, but it's from like a weird part of me that's like, I bet I have the strength to leave a cult.
I bet I can leave a cult. I think I can do it. But what a way to
I bet I have the mental fortitude. I don't know if I genuinely do. I'm also not calling Scientology a cult, just in case. Just in case. Don't sue us. We don't make any money from this.
Just here for the laugh.
Yeah, we're gonna be suppressive people, as they call them.
Yeah, I'll call it like Star Wars tology or something. To keep it on brand with what this podcast is supposed to be about.
Well, is it in the UK? Aren't there Isn't like Jedi a recognized religion?
I
I
think
saw a story about that.
for some reason I thought it was in the States as well, because if you're in
it?
the military, can't you have it as like your religion on your dog tag?
Can you?
I'm pretty sure.
That would be the only. I mean, if they need to use that for their recruiting, because if you tell me I can be addressed as fucking Master Jedi, dude, I'm going to the military. I'll do the 2 or 4 years and then I'll be out. But
Don't do it, kids.
Don't do
I'm like, I'm like, we're also talking about cults. Don't join the U.S. military.
If you had to pick an instrument for Star Wars characters to play, who would play what instrument?
Oh, great question.
Anyone tall, give them the bass.
Chewie's on bass.
Chewie's on bass.
That's like a violin for him. He's so big.
I feel like Han would have to. I think he would want to be the singer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think
I would.
Obi-Wan strikes me as a piano guy.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I was going to say Obi-Wan, but he's that guy in college who could play the acoustic guitar. Like that's always the guy in college, like always goes to the parties and finds the acoustic guitar and starts playing.
Here, guys. Here's the cantina.
I think that's like Attack of the Clones. Anakin. He's like,
if he could use the Force with Padme to play an acoustic guitar, he totally would that.
He's like, Padme, I wrote this for you, and then it's like very clearly a song that is popular already.
Yeah.
I think I would pair up Max Rebo with whatever the instrument he already plays.
That's
a dynamic duo, truly. Leia would be on the piccolo. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is a piccolo?
It's like a tiny whistle.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I didn't know.
Carly used
I didn't know ocarinas or ocarinas, however you pronounce it, were a real thing.
Yeah. I have a friend in high school who would bring one. And
that is awesome.
He was a big Zelda fan.
I'll be like, play Sarah's theme. Play the there's a bunch, but I think Ocarina of Time is the one that I know the music the best from. Because I think it was so prominent in that game versus the other ones.
I would like to learn how to play the lyre, like
like a little harp.
Yeah, the like tiny harp.
Yeah,
roughly yay size. I am going to have to skedaddle a little bit early because I have to call my mom. She's just texted me like,
she's like, "Are you done?"
Yeah, she's like, "I have to call you for your birthday." I'm like, "Okay."
Well, we'll wrap up here then because it's already 8:53. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. Hope you enjoyed this guitar playing
jam session.
But thank you guys again, Megan. Happy birthday! Hope you have a good day.
Happy birthday!
And we've got episode coming out Monday. New Year's Star Wars Journey episode's coming out soon when I get the freaking time to upload them and edit them. And have a great day, everybody. Y'all stay safe and may the Force be with you.
Bye, y'all.